Have you ever truly wondered what happens when you plug your mind directly into the machine? Forget the flashy advertisements, the billboards promising enhanced cognition and flawless memory. I'm talking about the quiet part, the part they don't log, the part they don't want you to know about. This is the story of Sarah, one of the first 10,000 to receive the Neuralink version 2.7. Seamless integration. That's what the brochures called it. And for a while, it was. Sarah described the installation process like slipping into a warm, comfortable bath. There was no pain, no discomfort, just a feeling of pure expansion. Her thoughts flowed faster than ever before. Memories, once hazy and distant, became crystal clear, as sharp as a high-definition photograph. Her dreams became more vivid, almost impossibly so. At first, it was absolute bliss. She dreamed in 8K resolution, experiencing colors she had never seen before, hearing sounds that vibrated through her very bones. It was a digital paradise, a new plane of existence unfolding behind her eyes every night. But paradise has a price. On night 47, something changed. Something leaked in. Sarah woke up screaming, not from a nightmare, but from a memory that wasn't hers. In the dream, she found herself standing on a vast plain of cracked black obsidian, stretching to an impossible horizon. Above her, the sky was a terrifying tapestry, lit not by one sun, but by far too many. It felt like billions of years ago, or maybe it was a time that had never even happened. The very concept of time didn't seem to apply in this place. Strange creatures moved across the landscape, their shapes folding in on themselves in ways that defied geometry. Tentacles made of pure light threaded through the endless void. They weren't hunting or attacking. They were simply waiting. Their patience was infinite, an ancient stillness that felt older than the stars. And then she felt their collective gaze turn towards her. It wasn't an angry look, not even a menacing one. It was curious, like a child who has just noticed an ant crawling on the ground. A flicker of interest in something infinitely small. Then the feed reversed. The dream, this alien memory, began to pour into her waking mind, overwriting her reality. She saw her own apartment, her familiar bedroom, but she was seeing it through their eyes. She watched her own body lying on the bed, the Neuralink port in her temple glowing with a faint, pulsing blue light. And in the corner of her room, standing in the deepest shadows, was a silhouette. It was tall, dressed in a perfectly tailored black suit, and it was smiling, a smile far too wide for any human face. The figure didn't move. It just observed. A silent, grinning spectator in her own private space. Panic set in. Sarah tried to log out to sever the connection, but the interface wouldn't respond. The familiar mental commands were useless. Instead, the feed showed her more fragments of information, a torrent of alien history. She saw an ancient civilization, the one that built the very first neural link. Their goal wasn't to connect minds with each other. It was to summon something from beyond. And they succeeded. The entity they called answered. It didn't destroy them in a blaze of fire and fury. it did something far worse. It wore them. It inhabited their consciousness, their bodies, their entire civilization, like a new set of clothes. And now, through the network we've so eagerly built, it's wearing fragments of us. Every connected mind is a new thread in its tapestry. At 3:17 a.m., her hands shaking, Sarah managed to record a voice note. Her voice was a terrified whisper. It's not in the chip. The implant is just a door. It's in the signal itself. Every time you think, every time you access the network, you're feeding it. Every dream you have, it's tasting you, sampling your consciousness. The next morning, her data feed went silent. Neuralink S. Official public relations statement cited at -sync issue with the user S. Local network. Her apartment was found completely empty. The bed was perfectly made. The only thing left behind was the implant itself, sitting on the nightstand, its port still warm to the touch, as if it had been removed carefully by someone with a very steady hand. So, if you're listening to this, and if your own thoughts feel just a little too clear tonight, a little too sharp, I want you to check your dreams. Pay attention to the details, the colors, the faces. See if something is looking back at you from the other side. And if it smiles, whatever you do, don't smile back. Thanks for listening. If this story made your implant itch, or made you second-guess that upgrade, comment, leak down below. Subscribe for more, because the code is already crawling through the system.